Welcome to DS Trucks. In today's video, I want to compare the F350 rear spring pack to the F250 rear spring pack. Now right here, we've got our 350 hooked up and you can see it is squatting pretty low right now. So we are going to go ahead and measure how much squat there is on this 350, and then we're going to hook up our 250 and measure the squat. Now taking a look here at our waist safe hitch, as it sits now, we are right there at the start of the red zone at 2,200 pounds. That is about as much as you can put on this hitch. That's more than what you're supposed to put on this truck. Actually, this truck only wants there to be like 1,800 pounds on the hitch. Let's actually take a look at that rating right here. Now, I do know that the 250 is rated for 15,000 pounds on the hitch and 1,500 pounds on the hitch and 15,000 pounds of towing, whereas this truck says, according to the sticker, that it can tow 18.2 and that it can have 1,820 pounds on the hitch. So we're going to have to readjust our load because I am intending on doing a towing video here, but we have these rolls of side here in the nose that we are going to maybe put in the rear of the trailer so that, maybe not all of it, but enough to redistribute the load so we're not over our limits while we go down the road. But anyway, let's take a quick look at our spring pack here and compare it before we actually measure this. So right here we can see that our springs right now we're barely touching our overloads. This bushing here is loose, so we're just barely making contact. One of my complaints or gripes that you could say that I have with this spring pack is these overload springs come into contact when the truck's already squatting horribly. I wish from the factory they played more effect, but here you can see we have 4 springs with an overload. Now let's take a quick look at the 250. All right, looking at the 250 springs, we only have 1, 2, 3 springs. So let's go ahead and take off the weight, measure, reinstall the weight, and see what the difference is. All right, so first up is the F350. It's here in the weight, so I figured we'd start with it first. We are measuring right up the center of the wheel to the fender, and we are right at, let's see here, when we get down in there, 42.5 inches. 42.5 inches before. So let's go ahead and put the weight on it, the 2,200, and see how much it squats. All right, so the weight is on there. We got the full 2,200 on there. As you can see, the foot is up in the air, and we've got honestly it is reading less now, a little bit less than 2,200, but close. Maybe it needs to joust a little in order to get the full weight. Maybe we should joust it. Okay, let's see what it did. It inched it up a little. Okay, let's go ahead and take our reading, our measurement. All right, we've got 39.25. 39.25. All right, so roughly about 3 inches of drop. We went from 42.5 down to 39.25. So now we've got to go ahead and get the F250 and see how that truck does. See once we get the F250. Okay, F250 hooked up. Let's go ahead and take our measurement. Before the weight, we are at 44.25. Let's go ahead and drop the weight on it and see what we've got. The moment of truth. What is the verdict? Did the 250 squat more or less than the 350? We've got the weight on the truck, and looking at the measurement, it is exactly at 41 inches. So what is the deal? We started off at 44.25 inches, and after the 2,200 pounds on the hitch, we are down to 41 inches. So the 250 started off 2 inches taller than the 350, and that could be attributed to the off-road tires that we have on the truck. So with that being said, maybe the tires make the 250 slightly taller when it starts. Now, I didn't actually put the ball on there because of the alignment. I'd have to kick it over, but it's kind of stuck right there, and the weight is totally off of the ground. So the 250 and the 350 squatted about the same. They're pretty dead on the same squat. Very interesting. So the two springs on the 250, just as I was suspecting, they pretty much did the same thing as the 350. So the spring pack on the 350 must be really catered to comfort. I think Ford really should dial those in a little bit better to really provide a little bit more benefit for the 350 rear springs. I don't know if it's because I put the D-rate package on the truck. I was under the impression that it would be the same spring pack as all the other 350s. In fact, I don't see why it wouldn't be. I have to really maybe sit down and compare all involved, but my wife's F-150 is here, so I want to hook up to her truck and see how it does. Let me go ahead and grab her truck. Now we're just doing extra credit. I got the 150 here. Preload, our height is 40 3/4 of an inch. Let's go ahead and put some weight on it. All right, so the weight is on, and now the measurement reads 36 1/4. So what is that? It's 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So like what, 40 and a half inch? So 4.5 inches of drop. So a little bit more drop. It's sitting low. Let's take a look at how it looks. Keep in mind, guys, this is close to 2,200 pounds on the tongue, and it doesn't look horrible. I mean, I've seen trucks looking like this going down the road. It's definitely beyond level. It kind of looks like these 350s. Now, keep in mind, my 250, my 350, they both have the snowplow prep package, which raises the front end a hair. So they already, my 250 or 350, they already look level. So maybe that's why, you know, they look squatted even more. If it were a standard 250 or a standard 350 without the snowplow prep package, maybe it wouldn't look like it's squatting so bad. Maybe it would look more leveled. But looking at this truck with 2,200, it's interesting because we see trucks like this on the road all the time, and when we look under here, we are not on our bump stops. Let's take a quick peek under the truck, and you can see the bump stop has not been reached. So pretty good spring set here on the 150. You wouldn't want to get into an accident or anything, with anything or anything like this, because somebody were to get hurt, could come back on you. This truck's only rated for 500 pounds on the hitch, so yeah, wouldn't want to mess around. Now, when you're looking at a truck overloaded like this on a hitch, you can see it in the tires on the trailer. Your front tire is going to have a bulge because it's carrying weight. Your rear tire doesn't have that bulge, not enough weight on the rear tire. So if this was more level, it would load better. But anyway, guys, my name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know your videos that you would like to see with any of our trucks. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Over and out.